So today I'm going to be showing you how to make bacon wrapped jalapenos filled with the cream cheese. Everybody loves these. I know I'm not the only one obsessed with them. So first thing first is you want to just go ahead and get all your stuff out all together. So that way it's a lot easier for you. No hassle going back between the fridge and everything. So it just a lot simpler. First thing you want to do is get your jalapenos taken care of, which you're going to want to cut off the ends, which everybody does this differently, but for me, I like to cut off the ends. It's just a lot easier. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Very early morning for me, just got done dropping my kiddos off to school. Start out with just a few of them. And for those who like an easy cleanup, what I like to do is always have a trash can right next to me. I know you can't see it, but it's right here. Just a lot easier. So that way you cut it and you just knock it right into the trash can. So much easier. Guarantee you. Just like that. After this, we're going to get into de-seeding our peppers and slicing them in half, which for me, it doesn't take too many. What I like to do is just get maybe about 10 peppers usually because my husband is in love with them. And, just about 10 peppers makes about 20 of them because you're cutting them in half. So always kind of just count out how many you're really going to go with. Get you an idea beforehand. Best thing about these is they're not all that expensive to do either. So a lot easier than buying them in the packs at the store that they charge you like $12 for. So much easier to do at home, you guys. So let's go ahead and get these and get them cut in half. Easy slice right down the middle. Real simple. Get our trash all thrown away. Get everything easier access here. Cut them all in half. And for those who are klutzy like I am, just be careful with your knife. There have been a few times where I've been in such a rush to do these and I ended up hurting myself in the process. So here we go. As you can see, there's a lot. So a few go a long way. Let's see here. Nice slice right down the middle. Okay, so done slicing them up. Also, for anybody doing these, a lot of times people maybe try to wear gloves or something like that. It's a lot easier because and also just avoid your face when doing this or touching anywhere. As soon as you're done with this, immediately wash your hands, even beforehand, before you start, but definitely after, because these jalapenos, they will burn everything. So here we go, got them all cut up. Set our knife down, and then what you want to do is grab yourself a spoon or whatever scraper you want to use, but I usually want to scrape out those seeds pretty good so we can get our cream cheese and the jalapenos. Here we go. And you just avoid the eyes because a lot of times that juice will pop up and you do not want that in your eyes. Not fun, you guys. Just a clear, simple little scrape out all the way through. Some people like to leave this little stem-like part in the middle here and just scrape out the seed so that way it keeps the heat. It all depends on how hot you like these things. Everybody has a different tolerance to their spice. So here we go. Nice and easy. And once you've done this so long, you just get in the hang of it. It's not It's nothing to you. Husband is going to love these. Doesn't even know I'm doing them yet. So he'll be surprised to wake up to that smell this morning. There we go. All scraped out. And some people like to wash their hands right after they do these jalapenos, but honestly, you're going to end up getting your hands dirty again through the process after you go to put the cream cheese in. And then I usually wash my hand after each process of getting the seeds out, and then I wash my hands, then I'll do the cream cheese, wash my hands, and then I'll do the bacon. And the bacon we are using is actually, everybody likes their own type of bacon. If you wanted to use different kinds like turkey bacon or something along those lines, if you're not much of a pork person, then you can substitute that out as well. Which right now I use the natural hickory and mesquite smoked. Get to show y'all that here in just a minute as soon as I get these peppers de-seeded. Oh. It's always good to give these a good rinse too. As soon as you're scraping them out and get all of them scraped out, it's good to make sure you immediately rinse it, all the seeds and stuff out. Here we go. Oh, almost dropped one. There we go. There we go. Okay, so all de-seeded, all cut in half, so that's done. Shut this. And it really depends if you want to put them on a plate, bowl, whatever. I really like to just use a big plastic bowl. It's so much easier. Just put them all in and hold them over the sink as you're rinsing them all off and making sure they all get cleaned. So here we go. I'm going to plop these in there real quick. There we go. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So far I'm going to have 16 peppers. Nice and cleaned off. Get this put up right over here. Put this right here. Go ahead and just sit that down. Here's our bacon I was telling you about. It's the HEB brand. I don't know what all brands y'all use, but I absolutely love this thick cut, the hickory and mesquite smoked. It is so good, y'all. Okay, so let's get these rinsed off. Just want to double check while you're running here, rinsing them off, making sure you've got everything. Those seeds like to hide. There we go. all done there. And a lot of times it's easier if you, after you rinse off your jalapenos, what you want to do is make sure that you don't leave them wet when you go to put in that cream cheese, because if not, it's just going to be a big old runny mess in those jalapenos. And then when they go in the oven, it's just going to come right out of the jalapeno instead of staying in a little bit better. So go ahead and grab you some paper towels here. Usually about 2 does it. Just a quick little pat down on the jalapenos. Makes it a little bit easier. Get our pan here. As we lay them out, scoop this out so you can see a little bit better there. All right, so here we go. Just a little pat down. Get them dried off real good. Go ahead and set them down out of the way. There we go. Beautiful. I don't know how well you like these, but I do know that my husband can go through these pretty quick. This is basically a batch just for him. There we go. Beautiful. Let's get us another paper towel here. I usually just like to fold mine. Just a lot easier to deal with. There we go. Perfect. They are looking amazing, you guys. All done, nice and laid out. There we go. All dried off. No seeds anywhere, so that's good. Get our bowl out of our way. Just get that in the sink there. Okay, so next up. Also, this is the cream cheese I use. It is the HEB brand. I love HEB brand almost anything. They are amazing. Just the regular cream cheese. If you want to use the spread, you can. I do recommend these a little bit more because they just, for some reason, they have a stronger hold. I'll just say that. They have a stronger hold when you put them in the jalapenos. So we're just going to open this up. Pop our cream cheese out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands real quick because I don't want the jalapeno-ness all over my utensil. And once we get our cream cheese in, then I'll start showing you how we wrap the bacon on there. And if you want to, you can even slice your bacon in half as well. If you have small enough jalapenos, it will wrap around, which today we have some good sized ones, so we'll be going through them pretty easily. Okay. Dry our hands off. There we go. Throw this away. So now let's get this cream cheese open. That's the only thing about these packages. They can be such a pain to open. There we go. Okay. Nice and easy, just like that. I usually just open it up and keep it like this. Less of a mess. You can just take as you go when you're filling the jalapenos with it. So, and rinse off our spoon. Dry it off. I use paper towels for almost everything. I go through them so quickly. Just so much easier. Okay, let's see here. Okay, start it off a little bit, usually just about this amount. Maybe I'm being a little bit over the top, but at least halfway filled on your spoon to put in there. And you just use your thumb, glide it on there, hold your pepper, and just let your spoon just spread it through. Very easy. Easy spread through, just like that. Voila. I'm just going to set these back down as we get these done. Again, it does not take too much. If you feel you want to add more and be generous with your cream cheese, totally understandable. I am a cream cheese lover as well, so it's completely understandable. Go. Nice and spread out in there. Wonderful. Almost there. Go. These usually take about, for prep time or like doing this right here, I want to say it usually takes about up to maybe 20 minutes to get them cut, filled, and then wrapped with the bacon. So it's usually all it takes. And then you want to make sure afterwards, usually after I spread the cream cheese, what I like to do is right after that, I like to go ahead and start preheating my oven, make sure it's nice and hot after I wrap it with the bacon. So once it goes in, it just cooks a lot easier, a lot quicker. You don't have to wait on it. So that's a plus. Keep that in mind. Also, I know everybody maybe does their jalapenos differently when doing this. Some people like to do a cheese or something, maybe a shredded cheese or something mixed into their cream cheese while doing this, which I cannot disagree. It does taste delicious doing it. The only thing I figured out was that it just runs out so much after you go ahead and get them in the oven and you cook them. They just pop right out. Here we go. Perfect. It's looking so good, you guys. I'm already ready to eat some. Here we go. Perfect. I do occasionally like to use my thumb when doing this, adding a little bit more better support, just making sure it gets a full fill all the way through. So a nice spread in there. And see how you get it in there when it's dry. It's just so much easier to handle. If it was wet, it'd be falling all over the place and just making more of a mess than what you really have to. So here we go. Wonderful. Perfect. Majority of the time, it depends, on how much cream cheese you like to use when putting it in your jalapenos. But usually, I go ahead and just buy 2 packages of cream cheese just to be on the safe side. This should do for just 1 pack, though, since I'm not doing more than 20 of them. So, always good to remember how much it takes for whenever you do this. But when you do it so often, it's just the next thing. You're just so used to doing it. Comes so easily to you with remembering. Kind of like whenever you ask for recipes and stuff from your grandmothers or your moms, and they do not use measuring tools. they use their heads and their memory. That's it. Go ahead and get these done. Just 2 left and we will be done. Perfect. Love it. There we go. So like I said, if a lot of times maybe some of you aren't too hands-on with stuff like this, you don't like your hands to get any kind of dirty, then it's okay to use gloves. Absolutely okay. And also a little bit easier. I just didn't pick any up yesterday, so but if you can handle it, you go for it. Now, having 3 kids, getting my hands dirty is kind of like a regular thing. Um, Dealing with all the messy spills and the food all over the face. So it's kind of an everyday thing for me. Doesn't bother me too much. Okay, so go ahead and put this down. See, look at that. Still half a pack of cream cheese still left over. Isn't that something? I know that lighting is just terrible. I'm sorry. But there you go. Still have half a pack left there. And just fold that up. Seal it off. Fold it up. And then just put it in a plastic bag. And you can save it up. There we go. Let's sit these down to the side right here. Next, we have our baking wrap process. Okay, so first things first, let's get this bacon open. See here, just a simple little slice on the side. Very easy, nothing too hard. There we go. And just pull up on the sides here. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Go ahead and get my hands washed again. Awesome. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and get my hands dried off. I don't want to slip mess everywhere. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our bacon. Wonderful. And let's see. So bigger pieces, I guess you could say, around this size. I know it doesn't look too big from there, but usually around this size, you can use a whole piece of bacon. I do not like to be stingy with my bacon. I love it. Do not mind it. You just put it around, give it a good twist, and just wrap around. Nice and easy, just like that. And once you're done with wrapping it, you can easily just sit it right there, right back on the pan. It's already there. No mess, no fuss. Okay. Here we go. Wonderful. It does not take long to wrap up these jalapenos at all, so no worries there. See, this piece right here this pepper isn't too big. It's kind of short. So you can easily just cut your piece of bacon in half, and then you don't end up having to use as much of your baking. Bacon's not cheap, we know that. Let's just give it a nice slice up here. There we go, right down the middle. Up we go. You want to make sure you get your bacon wrapped nice and tightly on there because you don't want it popping off whenever you're putting it into the oven. And I do suggest if you like to use them, you can use toothpicks. It helps it makes it a lot easier. There we go. Find us another little small one here to cover up. Wonderful. Okay, go. A nice little cut in half there. Perfect. Wonderful. Looking so good. I'm already ready to eat them. Go. Nice wrap on there. So simple, you guys. So simple. So easy. Takes a little bit of time, but not as much as everybody thinks it does. It's really an easier process than what a lot of people give it credit for. Go. Awesome. Almost done. Just a few more to go. Nice and easy, just like that. All covered. Nice. Okay. Beautiful. So as you can see, it only took about half a pack of bacon, especially when you see get a few smaller peppers. It definitely makes it to where it's so much easier. Get a nice spread out on our bacon. Good wrap on it. Wonderful. Here we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. There we go.